In a world filled with countless influences and distractions, it can be hard to find a true role model to look up to. But in this documentary, we will explore the lives of individuals who have become beacons of inspiration for many. Through their perseverance, resilience, and unwavering dedication, they have proven that anything is possible with determination. From their humble beginnings to extraordinary accomplishments, we will delve into their stories, their triumphs, and their challenges. Join us on a journey to discover the essence of what it means to be a role model and the impact it can have on our lives. We capture fragments of a human soul daily that goes beyond aesthetics and reveals a part of the beauty that adults don't or refuse to see or hear. Too often adults assume that children have nothing to share and dismiss their unique voices. They have stories of navigating life adults have long forgotten. For generations, their voices have not been heard. This film is dedicated to the brave who revealed theirs.
What inspired you to be an art educator?
I've always been, I think, an artist at heart from the time I was a little kid. And it was just something that I enjoyed, something that I did. But going into art education, which is a little bit different than working as an artist, but there is overlap, I got into it first teaching at after-school programs while I was still in college, going to art school in New York. And then, after that, I worked as a designer for a while, but I decided I really loved making things with other people, teaching all around art.
And you designed clothes?
Actually, I designed textiles for clothing and home furnishing. Yeah, so I did that work in New York City.
How does it feel being a Black woman in this field of business?
I think being a Black woman just in this world brings its own set of amazing experiences, but also challenges. You're going to be affected by the society that you live in. And the people that are in that society, everybody has different views. So for me, I have found this field to leave a lot of room for me to be myself, but it hasn't always come easy.
So something like a piece of freedom.
Yeah,
I
would say that, definitely.
And if you didn't work here, if this wasn't your place of business, what would be your second option?
And I always think about this. Actually, if I truly was snap my fingers at this moment and be in another career, I probably would just be growing organic food on a farm somewhere. That's what I would be doing. So tell me about yourself. What do you want to study? You're almost graduating this year.
I want to study medicine.
Nice.
Specifically pediatrics and cardio. So I would like to help prevent heart attacks and other things.
Wow, that is really important work. What made you think that's what I want to study? Is there one moment, or is it just
I think it was the class I took in my 9th grade. I took a health class.
Okay.
And that's one thing that triggered me wanting to be in medicine.
Well, the world needs good doctors, especially doctors for children.
What was it like in Colorado?
It was beautiful. Lots of nature, playing outside as a kid. Kind of had an old school, childhood. Riding bikes, coming home when the sun goes down, and the lights go on, the street lights go on. That was basically my childhood, yeah.
So how was it like when you moved to Miami?
I loved it. I moved to Miami after living in New York, going to school there, and then working there for about 7 years. And I love New York. It was to me, it was a school of life. It was not just to go to university or college, but it taught me about myself as an adult, how to be a grown-up and how to make it. That saying, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
You feel what's a piece of advice you could give me with going to college?
Okay, I would say, number one, enjoy the experience. Good, bad, challenging, confusing, enjoy it, but also learn from it. And don't be afraid to change your path if you need to as you're going through that experience. Listen to yourself so that if you get to a point where you're you know what, I think I've learned everything I need to learn at this moment and I'm ready for something else. Trust yourself, I would say, overall. Enjoy the experience and trust yourself.
So how do you stay optimistic?
For me, making sure to like get outside into nature is like key for me. Like if I take a bike ride, go outside, go to the beach, just have that moment to be in a natural environment, that definitely brings me back to like a happy place. Even if like the world is just going crazy, I still feel like, okay, I feel like my place as a human on this earth, it feels like right when I'm in nature. So yeah,
in general.
Yeah, that, and also like exercising, eating right, getting enough sleep, not being around jerks, you know, the basics.
I would say for me, it would probably be music and sleep.
Nice.
I like to sleep a lot. If sleep is like my best friend, if I could sleep all day, I would.
I hear you. Sleep
And
is
then
important.
Music is just, I listen to music like every day. If I have my AirPods, they're in my ear, so I'm not listening to nobody. So it's like my peace away from home.
Very good. I hear that. I love like listening to music and riding my bike.
Who was your biggest role model?
I think by default, it's my parents, because those are the adults like I spent the most amount of time with and saw the most up close growing up. So my first role models were definitely my parents. I think other role models were some of my teachers that were really great, that inspired me and gave me confidence to like keep going and doing what I do, and also just recognizing me for being like an awesome person. I think one of my earliest role models was my first grade teacher, Miss LaBounty. I still remember her. She's so awesome. She was the first Black teacher I had, and I was just like, you know, just like she just really took me under her wing, and she was such an amazing person and gave me a lot of self-confidence as a very young kid. Even though you might feel really young, you're definitely a role model for people that are younger than you, much younger than you, and maybe not even that much younger than you. There's that aspect of like, as a teenager, you're definitely a role model to people that you might not even realize it. People in your community, siblings or family members. So it's important to just think about that as you live your life and make your own path.
It was nice meeting you.
So nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for coming today.
It was nice learning about you and the art museum itself.
Yes, I feel the same. Have a great life. You can cut that part.